at the moment.
Exactly.
Yep. Recording's just started, everyone.
Fine. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Great. So as I said, it's a group FETWellia, or from east to west. And today, this is the first session, the first grammar session, grammar for beginners with me, Mokhtar from Tunisia. And we're going to begin with nouns. Now, just a second so that I can make sure that you can hear the audio from my laptop. Share audio. Okay. Now, the first activity about nouns today is a short advertisement about a French market. We're asked to read about the market and to look at the highlighted grammar examples in the text. Who would like to read the advertisement to the group? Just give it a try.
I can read.
Yes, please.
Read about the market, look at the highlighted grammar examples. French market, try some exciting new food this weekend. A French market will be in Frampton on Saturday and Sunday. There will be a lot of interesting things, including Mediterranean fruit and vegetables, cheese from Normandy, French bread and cakes, chocolate from Paris, a few clothes, and a little jewelry. All the food and drink is from French. The market will be in North Square on both days from 9 to 18.
From 9 to 18, or from
18.
9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Thank you,
6 p.m.
Dali. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How did you find the advertisement? If it was real, would you join? Would you go to the French market and give it a try?
Yeah, there is chocolate.
Chocolate. So you like chocolate?
Yeah.
Great. What about the rest of you? Yeah. Gastriot, what about you? If this were real, would you go and give this this French market a try?
What?
Maybe I would like to read it once again, and I would consider to go in this market.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should
No,
have
you're
given you enough
to
time.
go and I heard something west to east. Was that a group or?
Yes, our group
Yeah.
is called
I'm not a
From
group,
East
but
to West.
you know, since we are my country is in the middle of the east and the west. I mean, in the Balkans, and we have a mixture of Eastern and Western food and market. So I would consider maybe some food that Western countries eat. Maybe we don't eat them. So I would consider and read it once again.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is French.
At least is for free to go, and if you don't want to eat, you can leave.
It's fine.
I would
That's
go
right.
personally.
Yeah, but there are some Mediterranean vegetables there and fruit.
Yeah, if they are included, of course, I would go.
Yeah, I mean, she's from Normandy. Normandy is in the north of France. French bread. France is famous for its bread.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So thick. It's a kind of it's a very tall bread, and it's a little bit thin, I guess.
Exactly. Baguette.
Yeah.
It's called
Yeah.
baguette. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
we
we have some French kind of a French bread even in my country, and
did.
they are rare, but yeah, people use this kind of bread sometimes.
Mhm. Okay. All right.
It's
So
tasty.
we're going to continue. Thank you, Castriot. We're going to continue with the same text, but we have 10 sentences now, as you can see on my screen. Task 2, read the sentences, choose the correct words in italics, and the highlighted grammar examples in the text can help you. So I'll give you some time to focus on the first 5 sentences, just the first 5 ones. And every time there is a slash and there are 2 words written in italics, choose one of them.
Okay, teacher.
Just the first 5 sentences.
Okay.
Right, this task is just an introduction to the module of nouns that we're going to see together. So we're not going to discuss it a lot, just an introduction to it. Who'd like to do sentence 1?
If you,
Yes,
if I can,
Castellio? Yes, yes, of course.
do you eat vegetables?
So it should be the
And
second one, right?
yeah,
It
second one,
should be,
of course.
do you eat vegetables?
Vegetables,
Right?
yes.
Would you
Sure.
like to explain?
Vegetables, it's we have to use vegetables, this kind of name, because it's a matter of countable and uncountable nouns. So it's a countable.
That's right.
So we
So
have to say vegetables.
Vegetables
plural.
is a countable noun, so it has a
Yeah,
plural
yeah.
form. And
Yeah.
when we speak about the vegetables in general, we use it in its plural form. Second
Yeah.
sentence. Would like to do the second one?
I'll do the second one because I got no idea about the third one or the fifth one. So if I don't get in quick, I won't get a chance to get one right.
Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly this says I really like French foods. I think.
No,
food is not. Hang on, no, I've got it wrong. It's I really like French food because it's a countable noun and something and foods.
So is it food or foods?
I don't know. I thought I knew. I thought it was foods, and now I think it's food. I really like French food. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm going away. I'm going to shut up.
So it should be.
I thought for English native speakers it would be easier. And yeah, just food because
he's going playful.
That's a good one.
He's going playful with us.
I thought for them it would be extremely easier, but I think he's just kidding.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, so it's food, not foods. Food is an uncountable noun. It doesn't have a plural form, I guess, right? Number 3.
Yeah. Can I?
Would like to number 3?
But also we have food, I think.
Maybe in a different context. It's possibly in a different context. Maybe.
We can say food.
In this case, in this case, it's no, not in this case, Rahma. In this case, it's only food because we're speaking about food in general. Right? I really like French food. French food is no, I don't think it is. It is the right. It is the right option. Right, let's move to
Yeah,
3. I mean, anyway, we're
food.
going to focus on this in one of the now in one of our future sessions. So 3,
Can I?
yes, please.
Okay. Belgian chocolate is
Chocolate.
delicious. Chocolate is delicious because we speak in general. Belgian chocolate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Totally agree with you. It's Belgian chocolate. It's chocolate, not a chocolate, right?
Yeah.
We're speaking about Belgian chocolate as a whole. Belgian chocolate is delicious. Number 4, Ali, would you try?
Yes, there is a new restaurant in the town.
There's a new restaurant in the town. Not
Articles.
N. Why not N? Why N doesn't go here, doesn't work here?
Because
Uh,
restaurant.
Actually, it's
sorry.
a new, not restaurant.
Okay, go ahead.
Ozma?
Because of
Okay, let's see with Ozma. Maybe Ozma would like to
yes,
tell us why.
Yes, it's not a vowel sound. No is no, not
Exactly.
vowel.
Yes, you're right.
It's
The word
consonant.
new, the
Yeah.
word new begins in a consonant, not in a vowel. So we must use a new restaurant. And is only used before a word is beginning on vowels or in vowels. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Number 5. Would like to try number 5? I see.
Can I
Well, Hassan has.
try?
Yes, please.
Okay. I think it's the new supermarket in the town center is really cheap.
The new supermarket. The new supermarket. And you're right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, here it is. Okay.
I just
Yes,
learned a
the
new
new
rule in grammar,
supermarket.
Mokhtar. I just learned a new rule
Sorry?
in grammar. I had no idea that it has something to do with a consonant or a vowel, whether or not you use A or D.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess as a native speaker, you just have a sense of it.
Yeah, I
You
sort of
that
feel it.
should-
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I had no
That's-
idea how it works. I had no idea at all.
Exactly. Like in any native language, native speakers, they not all of them know grammar. Okay, maybe only if they are
Yeah.
teachers or if they are studying it. But generally speaking, there is a kind of a sense. You feel it. It should be like that. Why should it be like that? Maybe you can't just answer. You don't know the rule. But
Yeah.
it's. I mean, there is the language, then the grammar. So you are first. You are
So
the native.
what's the actual rule if it's a consonant? You
Exactly.
say
The actual rule with the article like a boat, a pen, a day, a boy, a girl. We use when the noun or the word just after it begins in a consonant.
right.
However, if it begins in a vowel like egg or elephant, so in this case, we should say an egg, an elephant.
Right.
It's easier for pronunciation.
Yeah.
We have to add something in here. There is an exception for the letter U.
Yeah.
For the letter U, it's a vowel, but it's spelled like a consonant.
Exactly. That's a
For
good
example,
point, Castellio. That's a good point. You, it has 2 different pronunciations.
it's like starting the word with J, U.
Yeah, I'm going, here is the case. I'm going to give an example. If the letter U is pronounced U, like in union, united, university, then it's not a vowel. It's pronounced like a consonant. It's U. In this case,
example,
we should say a university.
A young boy, for example. A young boy. For example, a young boy.
It's Y.
Yeah, but young is
yeah.
not you. Young is Y. Young is already Y. But you're right. That's the
Young
point.
is not noun, it's adjective.
However,
Why?
would you-
Why?
Yeah.
Why is a vowel? And
No, why
we
is not?
why is a
not a
vowel?
vowel? No, castrate, I'm really sorry. Y is a semi-vowel, not a vowel. I mean, there are only 5 vowels in English: A, O, E, I, and U. Y is semi-vowel, like Y in young and yellow, Y
Yeah.
is the consonant. However, in happy, let's say in happy, Y here is a vowel. It's used like a vowel. So it's a semi-vowel, not a vowel. There are only
But
5
when
clear vowels.
when we use, when we use you, for example, yeah, it's a vowel. Example, it's about the articles, the the and the, a and n. So
Yeah.
when we say the United States, we cannot say the United States. Or
Let's keep the for later. Let's focus on and n. Let's focus on and n.
also, I wanted to say something for the sentence number 5.
Yes.
And the new supermarket in the town center is really cheap. In this case, are we? Did we talk about the supermarket in the previous sentences 1, 2, 3, and 4? Are we talking about
it can be, it can be, or even if we're not speaking about the supermarket in the first sentences, even if we have this sentence separate by itself, it is still clear that we're speaking about a specific supermarket. It's the new supermarket, the new one in the town. So since we're speaking about a specific supermarket, we should use a definite article. We should use the, because we're speaking about the supermarket in the town, the new one, not any supermarket.
Yeah, but
if we say, Mokhtar, if we say a new supermarket in the town is really cheap, so I think it is not
Ali,
right.
Ali, would you say it again?
Yes. If we say like this, a new supermarket in the town center is really cheap, I think it's also correct.
But the meaning, it doesn't make sense, Ali. It doesn't make sense.
I was saying the same thing. I was saying the same thing.
Because there is lots of new supermarket, but I'm talking about a new supermarket, but it's not clear which one of supermarket I'm talking about.
It's still,
when we talk when we talk for the first time for a certain place, for example, I'll tell you that in the town there is a supermarket which is very, very cheap. The supermarket is very cheap. When we talk for the second time for the same place, and then we can say the, because we know already for the which place exactly we're talking about. But when we mention a certain place for the first time, we can say and that's not wrong. But when we know when we know already the place, of course we have to say the.
Okay. So the rule you've been talking about is true. I agree with you, but still in sentence 5, it's not possible to say a new supermarket in the town center is really cheap.
Every rule I've ever seen has an exception, Mokhtar. It's like everything.
No,
what you're saying's right. What you're saying's right all the time, pretty much. Except for what they're saying is, but people use it this different way. But those people are not technically correct. What you're saying is definitely technically correct.
I'd like to explain my idea here.
Yeah, and you're right. I'm telling you, I'm sure you're right. Yeah.
It's fine if we say a new supermarket in the town center is really needed. It's possible. A new supermarket in the town center is really needed. We have we have only 2 markets, but we need a new one. That can work. But in this case here, when speaking about the new supermarket that opened somewhere in the town, we can say a new supermarket. Here we speak about a specific one. It's the new supermarket in the town. We're speaking about a specific supermarket, so we should. I think it must go with the, not with a. That's what I think. But again, Castriot, you're right. For when we speak about something for the first time, we use a, but once when we use it again, now we know about this and then we use it. But this is different. In this case, sentence 5 is different.
I have to insist in here because I think I'm right. For example, you come here for the first time in my town.
Yeah.
And I tell you, Mokhtar, I know a place, I know a restaurant, a supermarket, whatever. I know there is a restaurant, a supermarket in the town, which is really cheap.
Exactly. Which is really cheap.
Which is really cheap. The supermarket has a lot of things which are very cheap. So in the second sentence, when I tell you, when I explain you, furthermore, I can say the. But for the first time, when I introduce you,
I agree with you.
I have to say a or an. It depends in what it begins, vowel or consonant.
Yeah, you're right. But in this case here, look at the sentence here. Does it make sense for you if you say a new supermarket in the town center is really cheap? Does it make sense? I don't think it does. I don't know. I don't think it does make sense. But anyway, actually, I'm using let's say in this case, I'm using a book, and the correction in the book goes with the second one, with the, right? I'm using a book called the Grammar Lab. The book I'm using here is called the Grammar Lab.
Mokhtar, can you excuse me? I have to leave now because I have to go to the mosque. It's Friday today.
Yeah, okay.
And it's almost the time to go to pray.
Fine. It was nice having you here. Please try to join us anytime you find about our links.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You were very helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. We're moving to the other sentences, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I think I'll give you some time to focus on the other 5 sentences. Now we have newcomers. I see Amin Salam. Hello, you're welcome, Amin.
Welcome. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sudan.
Nice to have you here. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My friend.
Sorry?
I invited a Sudanese friend, so I don't know if it's him or a different person.
What's her name? What his name?
Rahma has invited you, hasn't she?
Rahma.
No,
Are you Sudanese, Rahma?
No, I'm not.
He's not. Anyway, are you using your laptop or your mobile phone, Amin?
I'm using my mobile phone.
Okay, that's why you can see the faces of the other participants in the group.
Yeah, I saw Rahma.
Okay, Rahma is a teacher and is one of the founders of our group.
It's nice to see you and meet you, Rahma.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Nice to have you here.
Welcome.
We have Sulman Jabbar as well. Sulman Jabbar is with us today.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh, Richard is here as well.
Yeah, I'm here. Rahma. Good to
Nice
see you,
have
Bear,
Richard.
Mokhtar. Yeah, Jubail to see you all.
Okay, back to our sentences. Who'd like to work on sentence number 6?
I will say the Sloan Square because in mostly in use the.
The. Do you agree with Richard that it should be the Sloan Square? Do you know any famous squares in the world, like in London or in New York?
I agree because I
No.
think the place is supposed to be known to the listener. So it is definite.
Right. Do you guys know Trafalgar Square or Times Square in New York?
Yeah, no, Times Square.
Times Square. I mean, yeah.
The ribbon is statue.
Exactly.
Or it's used
Do we say the Times Square or just Times Square?
Times Square.
I think the Times Square. I think the Times Square.
No, it's Times Square. In this case, it should
Why?
be Sloan Square. Sloan Square. Like, I mean, names of places like Square, how to say that?
This place, it is
Like
it
Oxford,
is
like Oxford Avenue, like Avenue, like Street, Oxford Street, Oxford Avenue, Main Street,
Yeah.
Main Avenue, like names of the streets and the squares.
yeah,
They should
It
go
is not-
without the.
yeah, it is known place. So we don't put the.
Yes, most places.
For example, we will go to in Paris in
To Paris,
known-
yes, like name
yeah,
of a
unknown place.
name of
Unknown-
a city
unknown-
in this case. Yes.
Yeah.
So the correct answer here is Sloan Square. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to speak about this in one of our future sessions. This is just an introduction to it. Let's move to 7. Who'd like to read sentence 7 and work on it?
Yeah, me.
So that's the
Yes.
correct answer is some.
Yeah,
The correct
some.
answer is
Some.
some. Yeah. Would
There
you
is
go
always
ahead,
some.
Daddy?
There is always some interesting food at the market.
Good. Why not? Why not any? Why only some is the correct one? Why any is wrong?
Some any interesting food.
The sentence is affirmative.
I don't know.
Not negative.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Amin. Any used with negative sentences and the questions. Some is used with positive sentences. That's the general rule.
Yeah.
Right? That's the general rule.
Right.
8. Would like to do 8?
We
Uzma,
can.
Yes, sure.
would you please read 8?
Number 8, okay. Let me read it. Actually, I was talking with my son. There are
I'm sorry. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. There are dash markets in this sea. There are lots of markets in this sea, maybe.
A lot of markets. Very good. That's the
lot
right answer. There are a lot of markets. Much does not go with markets in this case, because markets is a countable noun and it's in the plural.
Yeah.
Much is used only with uncountable nouns, not with countable nouns.
Yes.
We will have a session about countable and uncountable nouns in the future, but
Sure.
in a few words, countable nouns are nouns which have two forms, singular and plural. 9, sentence 9. Jan, or maybe Salman.
Janim
you
is
like
a
guys?
friend of mine too. So
Sell a few clothes.
Yeah, a few clothes at the market.
Yes, they sell a few clothes. Very good.
clothes
They sell a
at
few
the
clothes,
market.
not a little. Same as much. A little and much used with uncountable nouns, not with countable nouns. Last
What is the
sentence.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What is the difference between countable and uncountable noun?
Exactly. Countable nouns are nouns which have singular form and a plural form. Nouns that we can count them, like we say 1 book, 2 books, 3 books, 4 books. Uncountable nouns are nouns that we cannot count them, like milk. Milk. We can't say 1 milk, 2 milks, 3 milks. If we want to measure milk, we should say, let's say, 1 bottle of milk, 2 bottles of milks, like water. Like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
10.
Thanks.
It's an Italian shop. All the food is from Italy, or some of the food is from Italy.
Logically, all the food.
Exactly. All the food is from Italy, not some. Good.
Yeah.
Again, this is just an introduction to the whole unit, but sentence 1, lesson 1 is about singular and the plural nouns. We're going to see in today's session, in the next 10 minutes, how to, singular and the plural nouns, and things related to it. What's a noun first? Who'd like to read the definition for a noun?
May I try it?
Yes, please, Uzma.
Okay, singular and plural nouns. Nouns. A noun is a person, a place, or a thing. A waiter, a town, a pizza, a melon, an apple, an egg, a steak. In writing names of people, a steak, okay. In writing names of people, places, days, months, etc., begin with a capital letter. John Smith, Mr. Brown, Vancouver,
yeah.
Vancouver, Exford Street, Saturday, September, May, day.
Thank you. So a noun is a person or a place or a thing. That's a noun. Can be a person, like a waiter, a doctor, a child, a man, a woman. It can be a place, like I don't know, a name of like a city, like a country, or
Times Square.
a garden. It can be a thing. It can be a thing like an egg, an apple, pizza. So that's what noun means. Now, singular and plural nouns. Most nouns can be singular, one, or plural, more than one, most of them. Like we say a pizza or 2 pizzas, a melon, 3 melons, a banana, 4 bananas, an apple, 5 apples, an egg, some eggs. So all these words have, all these nouns have 2 forms, singular and plural. We usually add s to a singular noun to make it plural. Right? This is the general rule. We just add s to a noun and it's a plural. However, some nouns are a bit different. We don't add just s. We need to add maybe more than s. Maybe we need to change the ending of the noun a little. Here we have some examples. If you look at the table here, buses, classes, dishes, watches, boxes, potatoes. Now, if you look at the ending of these nouns, you can see that we add es, not just s. We need to add es. Right? Now, is there a rule for it? Yes, there is. Which nouns require an es at the end? If you look at the table here, you can see that we should add, actually we must add es to nouns that end in s, one s like in bus, one bus, two buses, or double s like in a class, classes, or sh like in dish and dishes, or ch like in watch and watches, or x like in boxes. And some words end in o, not all of them. Some words like potato and tomato.
Yeah.
Is the rule clear?
If the noun will end with s, double s, sh, ch, and x, we will use es to make plural. Yes.
Exactly. We need to add es instead of s.
Yes.
Second group, families, babies, countries. Families is the plural of the word family. Family in the singular form and is in y. Babies is the plural of baby, baby and is in y. Countries, country, one country and is in y. So in this case, we need to replace the letter y by IES. In what case? In what case? Look at the rule here. Consonant, when words and when nouns, we're speaking about nouns today, when nouns and is in consonants, plus y, like family, the word family and is in ly. L is a consonant letter. The word baby and is in by. The word b is a consonant letter. Country and is in ry. R is a consonant letter. So when words end in consonant plus y, when nouns end in consonant plus y, to make their plural forms, we must replace the y by IES. However, look at days, valleys, toys. We keep the S here. The Y, I'm sorry, the Y is there. We haven't changed it. Why didn't we do that? Because in words, in nouns, and in vowel plus Y, like AY, like in day, or EY, like in valley, or OY, like in toy, in this case, we keep the Y and we just add S. So if we have a noun ending in Y, we should pay attention to the letter just before the Y. If it is consonants, then we replace the Y by IES. If it is a vowel, then we just keep the Y and add S.
Okay.
Any questions?
Why did they make English so complicated, mate? That's really complicated. I'm having so much trouble understanding and following these rules.
I mean, it is.
There are so much rules.
Man.
If you want to master grammar, then you should have an idea about the rules.
Oh man, it's
Yeah,
you are really good. You're a really clever man, mate.
I'm not. I'm just following the rules. Thank you. Thank you. Now, last example, last list. Loaves, wives, and scarves. Loaves is the plural of loaf, one loaf of the bread. Wives, I'm sorry, just a minute. I'm really sorry. Back to you. Sorry. So wives is the plural of
No
wife,
problem.
and the scarves is the plural of scarf. So loaf ends in F, scarf ends in F, wife ends in FE. For words ending in F or FE, we must replace F by V and add ES. One loaf, two loaves. One wife, two wives. One scarf, two scarves. Any questions?
No, I think it's clear.
Good. We're moving on. We have only 5 more minutes. I'm sorry, Rahma, I'm going to take a few minutes from your session if you don't mind. Now,
Of course, can go ahead.
thank you. The plural form of a few nouns is different. So there are some irregular plurals. Like man, one man, two men. We don't add S in this case. It's totally different. Right?
لا لا.
One woman, I'm going to mute you, Ali, Dali, please, if you don't mind. One woman, two women, one child, two children, one person, two people, one foot, 2 feet, one tooth, 2 teeth, one penny, 2 pence, one fish, 2 fish, it doesn't change. One sheep, 2 sheep, again, it doesn't change. Same form for both plural and singular and plural. Right. The S of the plural has some, the pronunciation of the S of the plural has some rules. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 examples. Who would like to read the first one?
Okay.
Uzma,
Pronunciation. Yeah, sure. One book,
can you read the first one? One book,
2 books.
2 books. I'd like you to focus on the pronunciation of the S of the plural. Second example, who would like to read the second one? Maybe Frankie. Frankie, would you like to give it a try?
I would. One potato. 2
One
potatoes.
potato. Exactly. 2 potatoes. Exactly. One class.
2 classes.
2 classes. So as you see here, these 3 different nouns have the S, the plural S in these 3 different nouns. It's pronounced differently. And I'm going to, we're going to listen to the rules.
Unit 1. Listen to these words.
1 book, 2 books, 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 1 class, 2 classes.
There are 3
Goodbye.
different plural sounds.
I got to go to mosque.
Z
Yeah, fine.
and
Great.
is.
Thank you.
Books ends in s. Potatoes ends in z. Classes ends in is. We say s or z after most sounds.
S, shops, students, books,
Z,
roads, pens.
Sorry, I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going
Potato.
to repeat. I think it's skipped.
Unit 1. Listen to these words.
1 book, 2 books, 1 potato, 2 potatoes, 1 class, 2 classes.
There are 3 different plural sounds. S, z, and is. Books ends in s. Potatoes ends in z. Classes ends in is. We say s or z after most sounds.
S, shops, students, books,
Z,
roads, pens, potatoes.
but we say is after
S, classes, sh, dishes, ch, watches, j, pages, x, boxes.
Good. So the rule for the pronunciation of the plural S, there are 3 different ways. Can be sir, like in books, shops, and students. Can be the, like in potatoes, roads, hands, pens. Or it can be is after sh in dishes, after ch in watches, let's say, after j, pages, after x in boxes. So there are 3 different ways of pronunciation. We've run out of time. Normally we move to the practice, but since it's too late, it's Rahma's time now. I'm going to stop here. Next time, we're going, hopefully we're going to do the practice for the rules we've seen together. It took us more time than I planned.
I have a question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome.
Sir, actually, as you told that we have 3 types of sound to produce. So, but S, Z, and is. But how can we recognize that at what time we should speak which voice, which sound, which pronunciation?
That's a very interesting question. But the good news is that you unconsciously pronounce it the correct way. Even if you don't know the rule, you just pronounce it the correct way. It happens naturally. However, there is a rule of it. Like is, for example, is for words, most words that we need to add es for the plural, most of them, like after she, like dish, dishes, watch, she, watches, box, boxes. So
Mokhtar, we can't hear you. I think your network.
Yeah, looks like Mokhtar's having some internet difficulties, doesn't it, Remy?
Maybe he got a problem with the internet. His video is dark now.
All right, it's okay. I'll take over. Thank you, lovely people, for being here. I'm called Rahma, proudly Ugandan and African, diploma holder in journalism, and currently studying or pursuing a diploma in professional education and teaching our diploma. So, yeah. Nice to have you with me, and it's going to be an hour session, an open conversation, and I would love it to be lively. You can share your opinions and what you think. Don't just hold it there. Bring it forth. I would love us to talk about, please tell me, am I audible enough?
Yeah, yes. Yes,
I can hear you, Rahma. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I would love us to talk about sports. All right. What is sports? Many people tend to think that sports is an activity for just the talented ones and drop the fact that, oh, this is a thing that, this is an activity that we assume, or we don't assume, but this is an activity that all of us should embrace and, try and make ourselves useful in a way. I'd love to ask you, the lovely people here, what is sports? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? To you, the audience. Thank you.
Fitness. I think fitness and enjoyment.
Thank you, Salman. Anyone else?
I think of business and money.
That's a nice one. I can see someone is money-minded here, but it's okay. Okay, shall we hear from another person?
I think it's
Oh, nice to have you, Hassan. Hassan just joined us. Nice to have you here.
Hello, guys.
Usma?
yes.
Hi.
Hello, Hassan.
Hello. Yes, Usma, please go ahead.
Okay, I think sports is an activity. Through this activity, we can improve our gross motor skills.
That's a nice one. As Hassan just joined, the topic is sports. We're talking about sports. When you hear sports, what comes to your mind? What do you make of that? That as a topic. Thank you.
You are talking about sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I'm really good at playing tennis and skiing. And as you know, in the basement of my house, I have a gym center and swimming pool. And 3 times a week, I do some physical exercises in my gym center, and 3 times a week, I like swimming in my pool. These are all my activities as sportive activities in my life. And sometimes I go to court to play tennis with my friends. That's it. And in winter, I like going to skiing centers to have fun. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Do you go for outdoor games as well, or it's just this specific sports that you're good at?
Skiing. You can do it. You can do skiing outside. I mean, it's impossible to. You cannot do this in a complex. But yeah, I have 2 activities outside: playing tennis and skiing. That's it.
Thank you, Hassan.
And
I think
I have
Bill
no
has
idea
something
about
to say.
indoor games. I'm all for indoor games.
Well, just
Sorry, I had to laugh.
that was a nice one.
Bill.
Just
Okay,
let's
Bill,
see.
I told Rahma that I'm really good at skiing and playing tennis. Then she asked me whether I am interested in outdoor games. As you know, tennis and skiing, we can say that
because
these 2
look, Hassan,
activities, outdoor
when you say
activities.
tennis, I'm sorry to cut you short. When you say tennis, we have we have the indoor. Is it called the badminton? Usually in my country, it's played indoors. So that's why I was like, hey, do you go outdoors for the long tennis? Long tennis, usually it's played outdoors in my country. So that was my major concern.
Yeah, as far as I know, people who live in India, Pakistan, they are interested in badminton, but it is not that popular in Turkey. People, they don't know how to play badminton. I think we can say the same for rugby. Turkish people, they don't know how to play rugby as well.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. In Pakistan, we have no concept for the tennis. Like it's just on a minor level.
Yeah.
And what games do you play, Salman? Do you have any games you play?
Yeah.
Have you tried any?
I like to play cricket. I am a good bowler, one of the famous bowler in my area.
Oh wow, that's something new to me, but not really new. Uzma, do you have any sports you've ever tried before?
As you know, I'm a school
Please don't
teacher.
tell me there is not.
And
You're
I
a
played with
teacher,
my
so
students. Yeah, I played with my students, but nowadays I'm at home due to my leg injury, and I couldn't play. I couldn't play,
oh,
but
okay.
I love to play
Okay.
with my students.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that at least you've tried something before. I was gonna be shocked if you told me that you've never tried any sport. Well, just to give you a brief history about myself, I used to be a field hockey player, and I used to play in the midfield because I loved, going around, everywhere. So it was a fun sport till date, in as much as, with being busy sometimes, I don't have the time, but it's a sport I would encourage any of you to join. It is quite dangerous if you look at it from afar, but once you master the basics that, a midfielder is supposed to, to be positioned at a certain wing or the left wing, and the other on the right wing, just these few basics, you're gonna find yourself playing the sport. I would love to listen from Ali Shapak. Ali Shapak, what sports have you tried? Ali Shapak, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah, in my country, people play football, and cricket is a very famous play in my country, a very famous sport. So I myself prefer football because I don't know about the rule of cricket. So just football is my favorite game, and sometimes I myself play football, and also I like it very much, and I follow up
Position
always.
do you play? What position?
Sorry? Sorry?
What position do you play in football?
Oh yeah, just I play in the middle. I don't know what they can call that in English.
Okay, that's the midfield. You play in the midfield. These are back and forth players. You go every. Yeah, you're free to explore yourself, in all corners, to an extent that you can even score, so you're the of you. So I'm glad that, and I'm glad that you at least that you're making a sport out there, you're doing an activity. Thank you so much, Ali Shapak. I'd love to listen from Richard. Richard, what kind of sport do you do?
Rahma. Yeah, I like sport. I like swimming. I like basketball, football, volleyball, fitness, calisthenics.
No, should I say you're the kind who is working on abs? Because when I hear, fitness, the first thing that hits my mind is that, the guys that are up for abs, working on their abs and stuff like that. Am I correct on that? Would you like to tell us more? Thank you.
Can you say again, Rahma?
Okay, we have, when I hear of fitness, the first thing that hits my mind is guys who work on their abs, the tummy. Are you the kind of person, do you mind telling us more about fitness?
Fitness is, we can follow a bodybuilder, we can follow by ourselves. Is it our body, right? So if you cannot afford like Arnold, why you should to force to like Arnold? We can train we can do it properly. Don't do the mistake when you lift a weight, and don't lift so heavy weight when you when you never try it. You should try a lightweight until you can lift correctly. If you feel not If you do like 20 reps, it's not enough for you. You can do 50 reps. Yeah, you can add a weight to make the challenge for you. Yeah, fitness is about you can gain your bicep, tricep, or body. It's not about a six pack. It's about a shoulder and back, a big back, and a big leg, a big calf. Yeah, it depends on you or Rahma.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy you've given us some new information that I wasn't aware of. That we have specific body parts that we can work on, you know, to be better, or you know, to keep them in shape. I've had the leg, you know, the biceps and you know triceps. I'm really happy about that. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah,
I hope to join that field sometime. We have Ari. Ari, tell us what kind of sports do you do?
Well, for the moment, lately I don't do sport actually, but long ago, I love to do badminton with my father. Sometimes I do it with my children now, but not as many as years ago. Nowadays, I only do jogging, just a light one. Thank you, Rahma.
Well, thank you, Ari. That's awesome. I haven't heard from Bill. Bill, what sports have you tried before?
I played rugby league for a long time when I was little, but I didn't like hurting people, so I changed games because it was too violent for me, so I gave it up. And I started playing mainly golf, a little bit of soccer, but golf. And I was really lucky because I was so bad at golf, they gave me a really big handicap, which meant I got a lot of extra shots to take off my score to make me look better. And I qualified for this club championship thing for match play, which is the handicap play. And I had all those shots. So I went and I went every day and played and practiced every day for 6 months. And I managed to win the match play championships of a golf thing. And it was the first sporting thing that I've ever won big in my life. And it was fantastic. So that's my good sports story, is that I actually managed to win something at a local club. Nothing big, nothing important. I'm not an international star. I just managed to beat a few of my mates at the club, and it was fantastic.
Well, thank you, Bill. That was awesome. Luckily, I will not act the African way today. Otherwise, I would ask for proof, for you to provide proof, you know, for me to say that, oh yeah, I did this sport. But I'll leave that for another time. Okay, we have Frida. Frida, what sports have you tried before? Do you mind telling us? Thank you.
Wait, excuse me, Rahma, I'm on phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So-
sorry, thank you.
Okay, let me see, whom do we have here? Gloria, Maria. Maria, what sports have you tried before?
Hi,
I
Rahma.
wanted to
Hi,
be lively.
everyone.
I want everyone to talk. Hi.
Okay, in my outdoor,
Outdoors, indoors, the most important thing is that you've tried any sport, and please share with us. Thank you.
okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm a kind of person who really loves sports. I'm really into sports, and I've been practicing it since I was a little child. So I love. Nowadays, I'm practicing CrossFit and Pilates, and I've tried to start some swimming class. But I like to change from time to time. And I also like to practice some cycling on the weekends. So sometimes I go for 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. So I'm the kind of person who cannot heard the word challenges. If someone challenged me to do something, like let's go to ride a bike for 40, 50 kilometers, I will try. So I love practice sports. It's kind of give me energy to accomplish with all my tasks that I have to do on my days. And I think it's essential to keep your health. And it's nice when you can build some muscles. I think it's a good way to, I know, to be strong, to get your aging process well, because I want to live till 100 years old, traveling all over the world without bringing a pharmacy together with me. So sport is essential. I love it. That's my experience.
Well, thank you, Maria. That was awesome. It comes to my surprise that there are other sports that I've never heard of. So I'm really happy that you've shared the sports you do, and you're doing something to keep your health, tact. The next question I have, I'll just wrap it up that sports isn't just, doing it for the sake of doing it. No, it's an activity that involves competition. You're not just competing with, let's say, your opponents. You're competing sometimes against your own self, against your own body. So it is a component of so many things. All right. The second question I have for you now is could you please list the importance of sports? Like, what are those few things that you think that, oh, it is important for me to do the sport, or it is important for me to carry on a particular, like it doesn't have to be, a particular sport, but like in general, do you think sports is important? What is the importance of sports? Thank you.
I'll jump in and say again, business and money, that the amount of money sports people make is just incredible, the big sportsmen and stuff. And like things like the events where people show up and pay for the big events, like you got the Olympics, you got the soccer games and the big footy. And they're so well paid, the elite athletes and good athletes. But there's so many people who play sports and don't get paid and all that sort of stuff as well, and they do it for health. So, but business, it must just be a phenomenal amount of money, because it's one of the most highest paid professions in the world, all different sports. So, yeah, all right, that's all I've got to say. Bye for now.
Thank you, Bill. You've mentioned business and money. For some of us who do not know, look at football. All right. If you look at football as a sport, or boxing as a sport, you look at these different clubs. All right. These different clubs, how do they come about? There are different organizations, or there are different, people who, just a second, let me admit. Okay. These clubs stand, or they open up competitions, let's say like Arsenal versus Liverpool. How does that come about if there is no money? So there should be money. It is important that money is injected in these clubs for them to, to carry on these activities. So Bill, that was a very good point. You find that money is not only going to the players. You find that even the management, how does it come about? When you're starting to construct a house or a football pitch or a stadium, you start from the grassroots. How is it going to stand if you don't have the money? So it is the way that you account for so many things. So money is important. It is like the foundation of this sport to to go further and further. We've had some good clubs. But let's say in the football section, you've had some good clubs, they are very well known, but their club keeps on deteriorating. Why? Because they cannot afford to buy good players to play for it. So if you can't buy good players, that means the club is going to, it will just have the name. Take an example for Arsenal as a club. Arsenal has been, we know Arsenal, the likes of Thierry Henry, when he was in Arsenal, it was a big club. Everyone knew it. Why? Because the management had the financial section whereby they could go out there, buy good players, And the club was known for that. Once a club is performing well, you know, it injects more money, it attracts more sponsors to push it further and further. That was just a build up on Bill's point. I would love to hear from someone else. What are the importances of sports? Thank you. We are going to be lively here. I'm going to pick on you. Yeah, that's my system. I would love to hear from Ari. What are the importances of sports?
Well,
it's a lively class. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm not going to say something like Bill said because it's a bit, it's way too far from me. I think sport is, yeah, I just do it a simple way. I had an experience being in a delusional state for 30 hours because of a doctor. And I think after that, I think it's really important to keep your health. That's why even though you're busy, just make sure you do something. You do that light sports, daily if you can. I think that's it, Rahma.
And thank you, Ari. You've mentioned something that I would love to build on a little bit. You said even if you've gone through 30 hours, 30 minutes of being unconscious in a way, but what helped you is that you beat that. Sorry?
It was 30 hours.
Okay, 30 hours. What helped you is that you beat that with creating an activity or doing something. You're doing this something, or you're probably stretching your arms or your legs, or breathing in and breathing out.
Yes.
In a way.
So
I can hear you. Carry on.
In 2010, there was a doctor. I was hospitalized for a week, right? Because my right lobus liver was damaged, and it was because of medicine given or prescribed by a doctor who was who did overdiagnose me, right? And then I had to be hospitalized for a week. I had delusional state for 30 hours and then hospitalized for a week. And then after that, I have to do, I have to go to the hospital back in and, what we call that? What did I say? Recovery, right? So for the recovery, it took me about 6 months until the liver back to the right condition. During that time, the doctor will take me to do this light sport, stretching in the morning, and then just simple like that, because at the time I cannot do something that was too hard for the liver. But then after the condition got back, I can do others like badminton. I can do that again with my children. Still, until now, if I feel too tired, I will just take a rest, because I'm afraid if one day the same condition maybe happens again, but I hope not. Okay, thank you, Rahma.
We hope not. Thank you, Ari. Yeah, we hope not. And when you say that if you feel tired, you take a rest, please don't take a rest forever. Just try yeah, spare again some 10 minutes. You feel low, so you spare again some 10 minutes and, do some little bit of stretching. You're working on your health, because had the doctor not say that, oh, we know that you're sick, she would say, he would say, okay, you can rest now. But no, he said, okay, do some stretching. You're putting these muscles to work. I would love to listen from, let's say, just a second, Hassan. Hassan, would you tell us what are the importances of sports? Being Hassan is a boxer, at least we know that that's
Rahma,
a known fact.
Rahma.
Yes.
As you see, I'm transferring some amount to my staff to solve a problem. Just give me 2-3 minutes, okay?
No worries. Uzma.
Okay.
Uzma, could you take it away, please? Yes. You don't have to be male or you don't have to be female. I'm a female. I've been a sporty before, so take it away.
Okay, I think any kind of sports or physical activity can make us healthy, and it make keep muscles and our physical health strong. And being a teacher, I played with my students in school, and sometimes I give the lesson to them, do the exercise with me, and it keeps us healthy. Obviously, sports keep us healthy, and any physical activity can make us healthy, or it release our stress level, or it keep us fresh, I think, maybe. And nowadays I couldn't walk, as you know, I'm injured and I'm on bed. I couldn't walk enough, and I'm waiting for the time when I can walk or I can do the exercise. And I'm very, nowadays I'm under stress, and day by day my stress level is increasing.
Do you know what you can do about that, Usma? I think this topic really fits you well, because you've been bedridden. What are you doing? You're making the body sleep. Once you make the body sleep, you're exhausting your mind as well. So I think it is better you set aside perhaps 10 minutes, or it can be even just 1 hour. You say, I'm going to dedicate my time for 1 hour. And what am I going to do in that 1 hour? I'm going to, try and stretch these muscles. It's not going to be easy in the beginning, but once you keep doing it over and over on a daily basis, don't just do it one day. Because when you do it one day, this is the trick about sports. You're gonna stretch this. They would say you tease the muscles, so then you relax. What happens? You're gonna feel pain. The next day you'll not move out of bed. Trust me.
Actually,
so what you do is keep it on a daily basis, inshallah. So just say, okay, I'm gonna say every day I'm gonna wake up in the morning. If I'm doing it on a daily, if you're going to do it on a daily, then you're going to switch it again. You say, I'm going to do it twice in a day. I'll do it in the morning and I'll do it in the evening. So what do? You watch what you eat, because it's very important. Don't just go to the pitch, or don't just move out of your bed hungry and expect that you'll do this sport, because you may collapse and you'll say, oh, Rahma told me to do some sports. So it's something. Then move out, stretch yourself in the compound for just an hour. You shouldn't cry about this. I get your back. Stretch yourself a little bit, and you will be fine. Sports, activities are needed for our bodies. You're working on your blood pressure, but if you sit and relax, you're making the body sleep. Once the body sleeps, your mental health matters a lot. This is the engine. Once this engine is sleeping, what do you expect? You have a car, the engine is dead. It's not gonna move, all right? Don't cry about it. We got your back here. So inshallah, I hope that you consider that.
I'm sorry. Okay, let me.
No, it's fine. It's
Please
fine.
carry on. Go ahead.
It's fine. I'd love to, Hassan, are you done? Are you ready to jump in?
Yeah, I'm ready right now. I'm ready.
All right.
We have a statement in Turkey. Healthy mind can be in healthy body. So there is no doubt physical exercises or sport is useful for everybody. And you know, the biggest problem that we experience these days is stress. So while doing some physical exercises, we can keep ourselves away from this stress, and you know, we can refresh our body to struggle with our problems. So I mean, from my point of view, exercises are useful not only physically but also mentally. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. I had you mentioned that without a healthy body, that can affect you in a way. That just as they say, no work. You know, we say in my country, it's a little bit different. They say for kids, especially for kids that are studying, a kid will not be smart if you don't let this kid play. So sports or any activity is really helpful to, you know, to our daily lives. I'd love to listen from, okay, let's see.
Yeah, Rahma, that was what I meant. For example, when you have problems in your mind, or for example, when you feel pain, so it can be really too difficult for anyone to focus on what they're doing. So that means you are not mentally ready. That means you are not physically ready to solve anything. So that's why we need exercises. We have to do this daily, like a daily routine. So we need some supportive activities every day that we have to do.
Sure. Thank you so much. Endelaj from Ethiopia. Endelaj, nice to have you here. I would love to listen to your views. What are the importances of sports? Why do you think sports is important to our daily lives? Thank you.
Andalech is not able to speak right now because this morning she went to a dentist, and dentist pulled one of her teeth. So probably she's not available.
Oh, it's all right. We wish you speed recovery, Endelech, and you'll be fine, inshallah. Maria, what do you think? Why do you think sports is important to our health?
Hi, Rahma. Hi, everyone. So besides ever things that were previously commented by the others that I really agree with, I think it's so important for our health. It's something that ever doctors agreed that we have to practice some sports, some physical exercise to keep our body healthy, together with a good dieting. And when it comes to the sport industry, like Bill said, I think it's important because it can play a social role. But nowadays I've seen, at least here in Brazil, so it's difficult because clubs that have more money, they can ride the talented players. And the poor zone, I think it's difficult to compete when they don't have money to ride talented players. And here in Brazil, the best players, they don't stay here. Generally, they go to rich clubs outside from other countries. And then I think sometimes it's not fair. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But I think when it comes to the normal road, it's essential for everybody to do something for health, because it can have a huge impact on our health. I think it's essential to do something. You can find something that you really like, because it will be more easy to keep on track if you play something that you really like. I myself like sports played as a group, because I can get involved with others and I can see more motivation when I see others doing the same thing that I want to do, or when I see that they are in a place that I want to be. So it motivates me. But I think everyone should go for practicing something that they really like, and it will be really beneficial for the health. That's my opinion. Thanks, Rahma.
Thank you, Maria. That was awesome. You've tapped into the health world. If we realize that in our daily lives, it's not just the food we eat. It's also, you can't just eat food and expect the food is gonna, act the way you want. It will be, just as I say, too much food is useless to the body. But if, just imagine you ate too much food, how are you going to, beat this food down, the levels down? You're going to go out there and you do something, do an activity, perhaps around the house. You can, just get activities or anything around the house and do that. You're making your body, your digestive system to, just a second. Okay, you're making your digestive system active, and also you're making, how should I say, your mental health. I'm so much into mental health because it is something you find that many people do not talk about. People are going through things you do not know of. But if he or she went out there and, perhaps went to the field and played a sport or, for some minutes or hours, he or she is going to change, the mindset changes because it has been, our minds are like what you feed the mind is how it will act. All right. Then we have the experience. With sports, you become experienced to do certain things because if you don't have the skills or let's say, for instance, a retired player and an amateur, there is a very huge difference because this retired player has an experience that you, the amateur, lack. So you find that with the importance of sports here comes in that you gain experience to do certain things that even if you were to retire, you can do some things. I no longer play hockey myself, but if I went to the pitch, I'll still know how to dribble around, dribble around the ball and, make passes, short and long passes, because why? I have the experience, So that's the importance with sports, that in as much as you're not doing it, but let's have the experience. Then confidence. You find that some students or some people have no confidence, but when they are out there on the pitch playing, they gain the confidence to see, because everyone is watching me, so I'm going to, put my body to work. I'm going to put my skills to work. They are building themselves in a way that even if, for the bullies in some schools, find kids being bullied, but when you take them to the pitch, they act stronger because they are, they are confident they can do this. They can pass, make good passes. They can score. They can make good use of themselves. I have my next question is, before we close up, allow me to check on the time. All right, we have some good minutes to, do you think, what age is a, sorry?
Yeah, I was
Someone
just saying that you were going to ask other questions, so I just said that I am not given the chance to speak.
I beg your pardon, I didn't get that, Suman.
Rahma, he told that he hadn't talked to anyone or he hadn't answered any questions yet.
Oh, okay, so I'm sorry, Suman. You may give us the importance of sports. Thank you. Take it away. Salman, do you want to tell us the importance of sports? Are you there?
Yeah, okay. I will. So actually, mostly all of you people have already covered all the points related to sport. So I will just say this, like sport, actually it does not make us just physically or mentally healthy, but it also creates a lot of other things in us, like confidence, like it builds up the leadership qualities while playing. Like it make us able to deal with the critical situation, like sometime while playing we got injured, so we know how to bear the pain. Similarly, sometime while playing we we fight someone. So it also helps us to, to bear how the pain, how to tackle the conditions. And other thing that like if I will talk about how Pakistan, how what is going on, that mostly those people who are playing sports on daily basis, they are too much engaged into the activities. Like they are just playing sports all the day and night. So yeah, it is good to play sport day and night if you are going to become in future a professional player. But if you have some other targets, your mind, some other goals, but you still just give time just all the time to sport, and you are just no ruining your future. So it is also not good. Like yeah, if someone is interested in sports, so he will just make a timetable. Like he will play for 1 hour, 2 hour, maximum 3 hours. So otherwise, he should give time to other activities in which he has the future. And other thing, yes, actually nowadays people, mostly now Pakistan people, they are suffering the stomach problem. So why it is going on? Because they are always having junk food, fast food. So but they are not doing any type of exercise or any type of sport. So due to this thing, they are just going towards the doctors and spending a lot of money. So yeah, I would just say this thing.
Wow, that was very explosive, and I really like that, Jabbar. Thank you so much. I missed one point. There is employment, guys. Look at the profession as being, the players in football clubs, in tennis, clubs, or the likes of Roger Federer, the likes of I'm not going to mention all the players here, the Mike Tysons and stuff. These different clubs are creating employment. Otherwise, I don't think these players would be anywhere. Though you find that some of them weren't good in school, but are out there doing something. They are being supported by these clubs. They are being employed to play for certain clubs. So they're putting in much energy, and at the same time, being employed and taking care of their families, making donations in different countries. If you follow some of the players, they are really doing a good job. How has that come about? Because they are employed to play for different clubs and being paid good money. And I would love to listen. Like, this is something that there is a stereotype that, sports is supposed to be for the young, the youth. Do you agree with that? Do you think sports should only be done by the young, or it's an ageless, it has no limit? Like, and I need reasons why you think sports should be for everyone.
This is Hassan from Turkey. I think it depends on the sport that we are doing. For example, if you're a chess player, so your age shouldn't be that important. And but yeah, if you do some physical exercises, yeah, probably you will be full of energy between 14 and 30. Then you're getting older, and your performance is decreasing due to your age. So I can say that it depends on the support that we are doing. Otherwise, yeah, age is not important. For example, if you're a tennis player, there are some players, they play tennis who are 20 years old. Also, we have another for players who are almost 30 years old or something like this. Yeah, we have some class for professionally.
Hassan, I'm sorry to interrupt you. We missed some of your valid points because your network, I think, was breaking. Do you mind repeating yourself, please? Thank you.
You want me to repeat what I said one more time?
Yeah, sure. Because your network was breaking, so we didn't get the gist of it. Thank you.
I just want to say that depends on the support that we are doing. For example, if you're a chess player, I think age shouldn't be that important. But if you need high performance, so I guess you should be younger, because when you get older, as you know, your if you age shouldn't be that important. For example, if you are 20, 30, maybe 40, you can run, but when you reach 50s, 60s, 70s, so if you want, you can walk, you can find out another way to do sport. I think no need for everyone to run. So it depends on the sport that we are doing. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. You've mentioned that your age matters in a way. But I would like to correct you a little bit. I've seen some athletes that are really old, and I would love to push away the fact. I respect your opinion. Don't take it the wrong way. I respect your opinion. But they are some athletes, you find that, they're old in age, like 60. I can't really trust the name, but inshallah, if I do, I'll send it to you. 60, and she can still, body build. It is a hard sport. We all know that. Oh, this is, you'd probably say it's a sport for within the range of 40 and 30, between let's say between 25 and 40. But you find that I would love to push away that age. I see age as, it's just a sugar coat to bar away some people from doing certain sports. All right. However, still, there is that you leave an exception of being careful about what you want to do out there. I see Hassan is not agreeing with my point. You want to say something? Give it a go.
Yep. Okay. I just want to ask you a question. For example, if you were an owner of a soccer or football club, would you like to transfer a football player who was 40, 45 years old? I don't think so.
I think that's a different case, Hassan. Because you're talking of transferring, I'm talking of doing the activity. All right.
Yes, you're right, Hassan. Go on, say it, Rahma. Say it. Yes, you're right, Hassan.
Bill, whatever I do in this life, I should make money, brother. I should make money.
That's a good one, but I'll let it at that. I'll leave it at that. Let's look at a scenario whereby you have kids. All right, that's why I say a sport does not. It should be ageless. There shouldn't be a particular age that I've seen some videos or some critics in the media whereby they criticize a woman for trying to teach her baby how to swim. The baby was in just months, but as I speak, she started at 6 months, just teaching her, holding her, of course, not just dipping her in the water. So you just imagine this kid has started at the months of, just learning how to lap her legs in water. Then at the age of 1 year, she can already, try and, flip and do all the activities in water. You look at, that's a different sport. And then you look at the kids that ski. How did they start? They're not going to start, and do carry on these different styles at the age of 10, or they started way younger than that. That's why I still base on my opinion that age shouldn't be, a bar as a toolbar for people to do sports. You can still do any sport regardless of your age, but at the same time, you should be cautious. I'm not sending you out there to then, lift your, 50 kgs of weights in the gym. So you should be cautious about that. I'd love to listen from other people. Do you think age should be a bar for sports? So, what Maruf is here. Maruf, could you tell us, please, do you think an edge, anyone's edge should be a bar, like an obstacle to do sports?
Sorry, Rahma, I have just connect me for you. Perhaps after Carol answer your question. Sorry.
Okay. I'll change the question a little bit. Do you think with doing sports we need a certain age, or it's just limitless? Any age you should do sports?
Can I? Yes, for me, in my opinion, sport it's not dependent for age, because our body have necessity to be every day to make care of our body. It's necessary to make sport for any age, because it's important to avoid any issue of health. And this is my opinion for now.
Thank you, Maruf. I appreciate your presence and thanks for joining us. We have Galaxy J7. You just joined us. Nice to have you here. The question is, do you think sports should be subjected to a specific age, or it should be just limitless, like anyone can do sports? Thank you, Galaxy. Okay. I think Galaxy left, so we have Frida. Frida, your views, please.
I'm still talking with my mom. Sorry.
I really would love to buy that, but it's okay.
Can I say something?
Sure, take it away.
Yeah. I agree with the statement that doing sport, I mean, it's ageless. Anybody can do sport, but I also understand what Hassan meant by saying. Sorry. I think Hassan was just mean that if you're doing sport as professionals, age matters, right? That Hassan. So like, if you're doing it as professionals, because age matters.
Exactly
right?
what I said.
Yeah, I think that's what Hassan meant to say, Rahma. But for everyone doing sport, I think age is not a problem. My mom is almost 80, but she still swims. She still swims.
Wow.
Yeah, and she loves it. So I think it's not a problem. Age is not a problem. But I think everyone knows their capacity, right? Their physical capacity. So I believe it's older people doing sport. They know their physique well, so they know what sport they have to do. They know what kind of movement or weight for their muscles that they have to take, something like that. I think, I think that's it, Rahma. So both of you are correct.
Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Ari. Just to build up a little bit, look at a patient, all right? Let's say a cancer patient or a diabetic patient. You're not gonna console. I mean, let's beat away, the consolation mode of it. Yes, we need to console this person to feel better, but sometimes we have to push them, all right? We're gonna force them to do something, to take a walk. He or she doesn't necessarily have to, to lift these things and, take, we call it laps in a huge field. take, perhaps 10 or 5 laps, running around. No, it can be just walking around. So we push this patient to, to do some walking, to do some, a little bit, of walk around. So these activities or this sport, you can even take he or she, that she's not going to perform or she's not going to play or kick the ball at my pace, but at least we are pushing him or her to do something, to stretch those muscles and veins and being active. It has been an amazing hour with you, lovely participants, and I really loved it. Your feedbacks, and then we wrap it up. Bill, are you going to push on with another program or?
Sorry, I just started talking in chat to a couple of people, which is there. What we can do, it's up to any, like if you want to stay, I've got a little game that I play, which is an impromptu speaking game, where you just speak for about a minute at a time. It's not that hard. It's quite easy to learn. But if anyone wants to stay, I'll just switch and do that for a little while, and they can have a little play of that. And I'm going to be doing sessions on that, on impromptu speaking, and that in coming weeks. So you can just see what that might look like if you want to. But yeah, we'll end the recording now. So I'll just turn that off. I might need some assistance from Frida or Rahma to work out how to do that.
Yeah, just stop the recording.
Okay. Mute. Pause recording. Stop recording.